Hi, this is Cindy from Vintage to New with another video tutorial. Today we're just going to make a really quick little 5-petal flower. To do that, cut out 5, either you could call it a lemon shape or a football shape pieces of fabric. So these are approximately 4 inches wide and about 3 inches tall. And so then you're going to fold it back in half this way so your raw edges are together, and you're going to take your needle and thread and you're just going to do a really quick running stitch right along the raw edge of your flower or your petal. So anyway, do that and then move on to the next one. So I have my first one done, and now I'm just going to move on to the second, third, fourth, and fifth. I'll show you what it looks like. So here we have all 5 petals gathered. Now you can go back and you can pull your knot from the other side and have your string like this ready to tie off. Now you want to use very heavy duty thread. This is like embroidery floss, but you can use whatever you want. You just need to be really strong. Alright, I'm going to take this, pull it up nice and tight, knot it. Okay, I'm going to flip it around and knot it the other way. And there we have it. So there's our flower. Now I decided I wanted to put a domed button in the middle of it so that it would look like that. So I am going to take these threads and I'm going to sew that button into the middle right there. So let me do that and I'll be right back. Okay, so I rethreaded that thread, ran it through the shank of the button, then I'm going to go down on the other side, catching the fabric like so and pull it through. I'm going to come up and catch the shank one more time, so I want to make sure that this is very secure. So I'm going to come up, go back down through the shank of the button again, down the other side, then I'm going to take it to the back and knot it. If I can pull it through. Okay, there we go. Alright. Now I'm going to take and knot that thread in the back, and then I'll show you what I'm going to do next. Okay, so your flower can be finished at this point if that's what you would like. But what I did is I took a piece of, it's actually a piece of recycled wool felt that I had, and cut out a shape that kind of looks like leaves on the, as it comes out on the sides here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to embroidery some detail in these leaves, and then I'm going to tack this flower down in a few places, and I'm going to also make sure that the button is very nicely secured to this too. This is going to go on an embellishment for a hat for a child, and I just want to be sure that that button is extremely well tacked down. So let me show you what I mean, and I'll be right back. Okay, this is my embroidery floss. Embroidery floss comes on a skein, that's what they call it, and it comes with 6 threads in each skein. And so I divided this down so I only have 3 pieces of floss that I'm going to embroidery with. So I'm going to come up to my front and I'm going to do what they call a back stitch. You go down like that, then you come up far enough to do a stitch back, and then go back down in the same hole there. Okay, so watch me do it again. I'm going to come up, and then I'm going to back stitch down to the top of that previous stitch. Alright, and so I'm just going to do this all the way up the center of this leaf. Okay, so I did my stitches all the way up the leaf. So now I'm just going to do some little pieces to make the veins of the leaves coming back down. So there's one, and then over here on the other side I'll go a little lower, just come up and go down, and I'll work my way back to the center, just putting these veins in on the leaves. Okay, you can see what that looks like, and then I'm going to decide how I want my flower where I want it to be on there. I think I want it to be about like that. So now I'm going to just sew down my flower to the leaves. I have a double strand of just regular sewing thread. Alright, I'm going to start with tacking down that button. So I'm going to come up in the center of my leaves. I'm going to find the center of that button, that shank, and then I'm going to attach it to the leaves. Okay, so I've gone through the center shank of the button twice and attached it to the leaves. Alright, so now I'm just going to take some time and come up through the back like so. Just catch a little piece of the flower, come back down like that, and I'll just move over here and come up. So I'm just attaching it to that backing all the way around, making sure it looks nice as I go. Alright. See, and I have kind of a flip up on my little petal right there, so I'm going to wiggle that around till it looks nice. Give it a little tack. Alright. And doing this is going to give my whole flower even more stability as I go to sew it on to the hat. Plus, I really like the way the leaves look. So, now that I'm done with that, my applique is finished. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll just finish this off in the back here like you do any other time you're sewing. Give it a couple good little things, and then I always just run it through like that before I cut my thread. Okay, so now this is done. My applique is done. I'm going to attach it to my project, and I hope you really enjoyed this video tutorial. So thanks for stopping by from Cindy at Vintage to New.